Hello, hello, good people. I'm Chris. Thanks for tuning in. And now that we've slowed down and let things settle, I want to talk about what comes after understanding. Stewardship. Learning matters, but what you do after you learn is what changes outcomes. And outcomes is what we're trying to change because we're in the process of doing what? Growing our wealth. All right. Why don't stay in lesson mode forever? You can consume information endlessly and never move forward. At some point, growth shifts from learning to applying what you already know. That's application, right? Got to put action to what you know, what you're learning. That's where real confidence is built. What stewardship looks like in real life. Stewardship is boring to people chasing excitement, but powerful to people building something that lasts. For me, stewardships look like consistency over excitement, strengthening foundations weekly, adding calmly, not emotionally, protecting peace as much as progress. Nothing flashy, just thankful. Okay, now let me pause just a moment. I started off with saying, for me, stewardship looks like consistency over excitement. Tomatoes, right? Um, as I research excitement in the market, right? You know, they talk about things that are boring, things that are not sexy. When you invest in certain things, it says not sexy. That's what the wording, terminology, words we use in the market. That's what they say. Now, coming back over here to me, what I say, I'm always excited. But I said earlier, I have a certain kind of mindset. I'm always excited. And anytime I'm up with mobility, I'm excited to see what great things next is in store for me, or what great thing the Lord has in store for me. And so, I'm always looking to see what great thing. So when I'm investing consistency, to me, that is pure excitement. It's excitement because I've been in this market a little while and I know how things go. And if I've done my research and I'm confident, I am excited to see what it's going to do 6 months from now, a year from now, a year and a half from now, 2 years from now. Now, you, on the other hand, if you're new at this, you're going to be a little impatient. And all I can say is settle down, my friend. Settle down, settle down, settle down. Why you want to settle down? You don't really want your money to blow up tomorrow. If your pockets is small right now and you're investing $100, if that $100 blow up overnight, you might have $1,000, and you might be, quite overjoyed with that $1,000. Me, on the other hand, I had put in $60, and in 3 weeks, the $60 turned into $550 on top of the $60. Now, I was very excited because I had 3 positions that did that, right? So instead of having 550, I had 550, 550, and 700 because one position went $1 higher than the other 2. So 7 and 5 and 5 is 1,000 plus 50 and 50 is another 100. So 1,100 plus 700 is what's that? 1,800. I was super excited when my 180 turned into 1,800. But as I continue to learn this game, financing game, investing game, I had one position. I bought one stock one time. It was $14.99. Now, I had been watching the stock for a year and a half. I couldn't afford it at first. But after a year, I had enough money I could afford it. I just needed to sell off some of this, sell off some of that, throw it into that. So I used to consistently watch that stock in a matter of a week run from getting all off course. In a matter of week, I would consistently watch that stock run from 1,500 to 2,000 and just fluctuate between multiple times a day, multiple times a week over week, 52 weeks out of the year. I said, when I get the chance, I'm gonna buy some of that. Well, I was only bold enough to buy one, and I bought it at $14.99, right? And the next morning, it was at 2001, sold it. There's a thing in the markets called rinse and repeat. When you see something that works, you can just do that over and over and over and over again, right? So I did it a couple times, but my point is, right, I made $550 off of $60 in 3 weeks. I made $500 off of $1,500 in 1 day. Apples, tomatoes, right? So I'm just saying, I love the game of investing. I love seeing what it's due. I'm 56. I started this thing at 50. I already had a little patience back then. I already had to learn a few things in life. So what's boring to somebody else, it's not boring to me, So to each his own. So let me move on because I've been there way too long. How I structure my weeks, right? Here's how I structure my week. I don't wake up trying to outsmart the market, right? I wake up asking, am I building responsibly, right? I love Keenan Grace. He's always talking about keeping your losses small. He said you got to learn first, and then when you learn, you take the L off and you earn, right? So Keenan Grace is one of my mentors. I've had the opportunity to meet him, so I'm always talking about Keenan Grace, Larry Jones, Stocks with Josh, Stock Mo, Chris Sane. There are quite a few others I talk about, but if you just follow those few right there, and you just learn the lessons, man, it'll pay off in dollars. So I wake up asking, am I building responsibly? Am I making wise decisions? Am I keeping my losses small, right? So week to week, I review, not react. I add when it fits. I pause when clarity is needed. That rhythm removes pressure, right? So why this approach works. Stewardship compounds quietly. If you don't get that compounding, if you don't get that compound interest right, man. If you don't get it today, get in this game, stay in it long enough, you will understand it. If you have a 401k, you somewhat understand it. But when you get in this thing for yourself and not trusting somebody else to handle it for you, my. That's all I can say. It doesn't announce itself, but over time, it produces peace, it produces margin, it produces confidence, it produces options, right? And options give you a chance, an opportunity to better yourself. And that's what it's all about, bettering yourself, bettering your life day by day or hour by hour till you get to the point of day by day, till you get to the point of week by week, till you get to the point of month over month, till you get to the point of year over year. You get the point I'm trying to make, right? It's real, and it's not for a certain group of people. It's for whoever out there is willing to get the lesson, to learn it, and to put it into action, right? That's what sustainable growth looks like. So, in closing, learning prepares you, stewardship sustains you. Learning prepares you, stewardship sustains you. And when the two work together, that's what I'm talking about, compound. When the two work together, progress becomes predictable. It's easy to see your portfolio begin to grow up. It's easy when you see them dollars begin to grow. When you start putting the learning and the stewardship together, they make progress becomes predictable, right? If this helped you see how growth actually lives day by day, like, subscribe, and share it with someone, right? Appreciate that. Well, keep building the right way. Walk in wisdom, my friend.